We're students and graduates at Metropolitan State University.
We've each traveled a long and winding path, trying to find a meaningful career.
And we want to share what we learned along the way.
This video is based on the book, Designing Your Life, by Stanford professors Dave Evans and Bill Burnett.
The book helps you apply design principles to finding your way to a satisfying career.
Here's a fun fact from the book. Only 27% of college grads are working in careers related to their major.
Makes you realize there's much more to your journey than choosing the right major.
Designing a life that will lead to a satisfying career is kind of like cooking. Of course, there's no recipe to follow because, hey, you're a complete original.
You have got to experiment. Look for the best ingredients to produce a satisfying meal.
So just like most dishes are a complicated mix of ingredients, so is the path to a fulfilling career and a happy life.
And it's important to remember that there's no one set of ingredients to create the perfect soup, for instance. In fact, there's probably an unlimited combination that will work. A description of beets, turns out, is not beets. You've got to get your hands on the vegetable itself. Give it a good smell. Take a bite.
Because how will you know which career is worth pursuing if you don't job shadow or find some way to interact with someone from that industry? At the heart of getting to know these ingredients is curiosity. Dave Evans talked about the importance of curiosity when he spoke to an audience at Metro State.
You know, curate your curiosity, we like to say. It's really important. This is where all the energy is found. We're leaning into, ooh, that looks interesting. I wonder what's going on there. You know, the indefatigable curiosity of pulling yourself forward, and that's really where you begin the discernment process.
The thing about curiosity is, it needs to be followed up with action. Try stuff, do something, even if you're not sure how it would fit into your master plan.
I knew I was going to be an accountant, but I didn't really know what kind. I volunteered to do accounting work at a nonprofit called Prepare and Prosper, working alongside a variety of professionals. I asked them a ton of questions, and the advice I received was crucial in helping me decide to focus on government accounting.
We all have stories like this. Out of the blue, we asked people if they'd be willing to have lunch and chat about their work. And sure enough, they say yes.
People just want to help.
In my company, we have more mentors than mentees.
This fortune could not be more relevant. He who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask a question remains a fool forever.
Evans and Burnett are pretty pragmatic too. They recognize that we all have some dysfunctional beliefs or negative thoughts that get in the way. And that's when they suggest reframing your perceptions and accepting that it's a process.
Think of it this way. Every time you cut a fresh tomato, you use a butter knife. And it's a mess. Of course, your takeaway is, I better not cook with fresh tomatoes, too messy.
For Evans and Burnett, this is a problem of perception that needs to be reframed so that you can overcome the problem and move on. The issue should not be, I just can't cook with fresh tomatoes, but how can I find the right tool to cut the tomatoes?
Reframing your perception can give you momentum to try something new. And when you do, you'll need to accept that you're entering a process with a lot of unknowns and variables.
That's what Dave and Bill mean when they say, no, it's a process. Designing a life with a meaningful career is a journey where a final destination won't be clear.
I was in sales for 7 years, and I was making pretty good money, but I wasn't completely happy. So I decided to follow my curiosity and take a marketing class. I wasn't sure where it would lead, but I tried to be zen about it and have it just be a process. 3 years later, I'm out of sales and doing marketing for the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal. I'm very happy.
To learn more about these principles, read the book.
But more importantly, read yourself. Take the time to be curious and explore.
Intern, volunteer, job shadow, schedule some informational interviews. After all, people want to help.
If you're not sure what you want to do, try something. You might find out what you don't like to do, and that's valuable too.
Before you know it, you will be on the road to a satisfying career.
This is a production of the Metropolitan State University Career Center.
I love those people.
Super helpful.